Picture a kudu antelope, big, muscular, built like a small horse, with legs designed for one purpose: outrunning anything that wants to eat it. It can hit speeds you'll never reach in your life, easily double what the fastest human sprinter could manage, and it can hold that pace across open ground that would leave you gasping within seconds. Now picture your ancestor standing across from it, holding nothing but a wooden spear. No weapon that could fly fast or far, no trap, no ambush, no advantage of surprise. Just two legs, some water in a hollowed gourd, and an afternoon with nothing else planned. And somehow, by the end of the day, your ancestor was eating that kudu for dinner. This isn't a myth or an exaggeration. It's one of the most quietly incredible facts about the human body, and it explains something strange about you that you've probably never questioned. Why does running for hours actually feel good to some part of you, when it clearly shouldn't? Let's start with the animal, because on paper, this hunt makes no sense at all. A kudu can sprint at speeds well over 50 kilometers an hour. A human, even an elite sprinter, tops out around 37. In a flat-out race, it isn't close. The antelope wins before your ancestor is even found astride. So how does a slower animal, carrying a wooden stick, consistently bring down prey it can never outrun? The answer isn't speed. It's something almost no other predator on Earth can do. Your ancestor didn't need to be faster. He needed to be relentless. This hunting method has a name: persistence hunting. And it works by exploiting a single biological weakness that almost every fast animal on the planet shares: heat. What if the secret was never about catching up at all, but about simply refusing to stop? In 2006, an anthropologist named Louis Liebenberg spent years in the Kalahari Desert documenting sand hunters who still practice this method today, one of the last living windows into a skill that predates written history. He watched, tracked, and recorded as they set out during the hottest hours of the day, deliberately choosing conditions that would exhaust almost any other predator before they'd even started. Most hunting happens at dawn or dusk, when it's cool and animals are easiest to surprise. Persistent hunters do the opposite on purpose. Heat isn't the enemy here. It's the entire weapon. The hunt doesn't begin with a sprint. It begins with a walk and then a jog, following the kudu's tracks across open ground under a brutal midday sun. The animal, startled, bolts. It's going in seconds, easily outdistancing the human on its tail. But here's what most people don't expect. The hunter doesn't chase the speed. He chases the exhaustion. An antelope's body is a furnace on legs. Sprinting generates enormous heat, and like most four-legged mammals, a kudu cools itself primarily through panting. But panting only works efficiently while walking or standing still. The moment it breaks into a full sprint, its breathing and its running motion compete for the same muscles, and its ability to cool down collapses exactly when it needs it most. Your ancestor had no such problem, and the reason is written into your own skin right now. Humans possess something almost no other mammal has in the same quantity: 2 to 4 million acrine sweat glands spread across nearly hairless skin. While a kudu can only shed heat effectively when it isn't running, a human can sweat and run at the exact same time, continuously, for hours. A dog pants to cool down, but panting is tied directly to breathing, which means a sprinting dog can't pant efficiently either. Nearly every four-legged animal on the savanna shares this same limitation. Humans, almost uniquely, don't. It's not a small advantage. It's the entire hunt. So the antelope sprints, gains huge distance, and stops to cool down and rest. The hunter never stops. He simply keeps moving at that same relentless jog, tracking hoofprints in sand, disturbed pebbles, a broken twig, reading the land the way you might read a page of text. This is where the skill becomes as important as the stamina. Losing the trail for even 20 minutes in open desert can mean losing the animal entirely. So the hunter reads every disturbance in the ground like a sentence, piecing together not just where the kudu went, but how fast, how frightened, how close to its limit it already was. By the time he catches up, the kudu bolts again, and again. Each sprint costs the animal more than the last, its body temperature climbing a little higher every time, its recovery window shrinking. The hunter's pace never changes. That's the entire secret. He was never trying to outrun it. He was trying to outlast it. Eventually, sometimes after 2 or 3 hours, sometimes after 5, something remarkable happens. The kudu can't run anymore. Its body has hit a wall your ancestor's body was specifically built to avoid. It stands there, legs trembling, foam gathering in its mouth, completely spent, while a comparatively slow, unarmed, exhausted-looking human closes the final distance on foot. There's no dread to the ending, no dramatic final chase. Just a tired man walking up to a tired animal, and a single, clean thrust of a spear that had been carried, unused, for hours. But why would a human body carry all the equipment necessary for something this specific? A spear, after all, doesn't require an Achilles tendon built like a spring. In 2004, biologists Dennis Bramble and Daniel Lieberman published a landmark paper in the journal Nature that mapped out exactly how deep this design runs. It isn't just sweat glands. Your body carries an entire suite of features that only make sense for endurance running, not walking, not sprinting. A long elastic tendon in your heel, the Achilles tendon, stores and releases energy with every stride, like a spring, a feature apes simply don't have. A ligament running down the back of your neck, called the nuchal ligament, keeps your head stable while your body bounces beneath it. The same structure found in running animals like horses and dogs, and almost nowhere else in the primate family. Even your gluteus maximus, the largest muscle in your body, barely activates when you walk. It only fires at full strength when you run, stabilizing your trunk stride after stride in a way that makes no sense for an animal that supposedly evolved just to stroll across the savannah. None of these features help you walk to the mailbox. They only make sense if, at some point deep in your evolutionary past, running for hours at a stretch wasn't rare. It was routine. Now picture that hunt from the middle, not the beginning. Your ancestor's lungs burning evenly, his feet finding rhythm on hot sand. Sweat streaming down skin built specifically to lose heat, eyes locked on tracks pressed into the dirt hours ago by an animal he still hasn't seen again. No adrenaline-fueled sprint. Just steady, controlled, patient motion, hour after hour, while somewhere ahead an animal 10 times his strength was quietly losing a battle it didn't know it was fighting. This changes what running actually was for most of human history. It wasn't exercise, something bolted onto a modern life to counteract sitting at a desk. It was the original hunting weapon, older and arguably more effective than any spear or arrow that came after it. Before the bow, before the atlatl, before dogs were ever domesticated to help chase anything down, your body alone was the technology. Persistence hunting may stretch back nearly 2 million years, possibly to the very origins of the genus Homo itself. That's worth sitting with. The instinct so many people chase today, that runners calm somewhere around mile 4 or 5 when everything suddenly clicks into rhythm, isn't some modern invention of sports science. It's ancient. It's your body remembering, in the deepest possible sense, exactly what it was built to do. Every gym membership sold on the promise of a runner's high is, in a strange way, selling access to a 2-million-year-old hunting technique, stripped of the kudu at the end of it. You don't need to outrun anything today. Nothing is chasing you, and you're chasing nothing back. But the next time you feel that strange, steady calm settle into a long walk or a slow run, you're not imagining it. That's 2 million years of engineering, quietly reminding you that you come from something built not to win the sprint, but to never, ever stop.